Hello everyone, I'm Keen947, aka Wolfkeen, and welcome to another edition of Wolfkeen Talks. Now, today on Wolfkeen Talks, I decided to talk about a very controversial subject. Let's face it guys, there are those game series that we hear about, that we hear praise about, and other stuff like that, and we just don't understand why. Maybe we're too jaded to understand, maybe we just don't like the game, or maybe we just don't care. There are plenty of these games where you just hate it and people like it and you just don't understand why people like it. So, today I want to talk about games that I hate that everybody likes. I'm going to say this right now that there's a couple of games here that I know people are going to hate me for, and the first one is coming up right now. The first game that I hate that everybody seems to like, Mass Effect.
You suck!
Hey, before you go off on a tangent on me, let me explain. I already talked about me talking about Mass Effect in games I did not finish. Now, on record, I've said that the problem that I have with Mass Effect is that the controls weren't fluid and functional, the story was a little and I didn't like most of the characters. Like, that was just how I was. The only characters I liked was Garrus and Rex. Everybody else was just boring. The story just didn't intrigue me all that much like it should have, because it was an interesting story, yes, but I couldn't get into it for the love of me. So I didn't like Mass Effect, and that led to me not playing any of the later games. That led to me not playing Mass Effect 2, Mass Effect 3. So I just didn't care for it, which is a little sad for me because everybody keeps telling me Mass Effect is a great series. I can't see it. Because of my history with Mass Effect, I just can't see why people like this game. Maybe it's because I'm too jaded or something like that. I don't know. But my biggest problem with Mass Effect is that it gets blown out of proportion, I believe. I mean, people called it this godlike game and stuff like that, and I don't see it. Let's just being honest. The second game that I hate that everybody seems to like, DayZ. Now, I know everybody is about to go off on me or something like that, but I'm just going to be honest and say I don't like DayZ. Now, I know someone's about to tell me, have I played it? Yes, I played the mod version of DayZ. I played the modded version of DayZ, and I have not played the alpha stage of DayZ, but I've seen plenty of YouTube videos and stuff like that, and I just can't understand why people like this game. Basically, DayZ is supposed to be like this zombie survival horror game slash kind of like an MMO where you can play with players all around the world and stuff like that. But the problem is that it kind of pulls off the Dark Souls thing where if you die, you lose everything. But my problem with DayZ is that unlike in Dark Souls, when you die in DayZ, that opponent can pick up every single item you had on you and basically take everything from you. Basically forcing, like, weeks of like scavenging and stuff like that to be gone in an instant. So really there isn't really a lot of reward for the risk. I know a lot of people try to say don't starve and Minecraft on hardcore do something like that. Well, there is some kind of reward out of that. In Don't Starve, when you die, you at least level up and unlock more characters. Not to mention you gain more experience and become better at the game. DayZ, yes, you can become better at the game, but because of a lucky shot that someone pulled off, you'll be dead anyways. I just don't see any kind of skill involved when it comes to DayZ, unlike Don't Starve and stuff like that. Which, is being brutally honest, I just don't see the skill factor when it comes to that kind of stuff. Yeah, so that's why I don't like DayZ. I just feel like there's no reward for the game whatsoever. There really is no incentive to keep people alive or to even negotiate because you'll probably just shoot him anyways or he'll shoot you. And I've actually seen DayZ ruin friendships. Yeah, I'm not kidding. There have been moments where DayZ has ruined friendships. So I'm not going to play this game with my friends and run the risk of ruining my friendships with them. So, not happening. Okay, guys. This is the big one. This is the big one. When I say this game, I'm going to lose every subscriber I have. When I say what game, I hate that everybody seems to like, I know everyone, and I mean everyone, is going to unsubscribe, find my home, and then murder me. You ready, guys? This is your last chance to back out. I'm going to say it. Go ahead. Leave. I will say it. Not leaving? Okay, then. I hate Final Fantasy VII. Well then, my reasons for saying that is because while I did play Final Fantasy VII growing up, I never really had the same kind of connection that everybody else had at the time. I didn't truly get into RPGs until I played Morrowind on the Xbox. Because back then, I wasn't really much of an RPG savvy, so I didn't really get into RPGs until after I played Morrowind on the Xbox. So, once I started playing more and more RPGs, and my mom got a copy of Final Fantasy VII, I went back and I decided to play it some. And I just gotta say, I was bored. I played it for a good 20 hours before I finally said, no thank you. Mainly because I just don't see why people are saying this is one of the best RPGs of all time. Before I played Final Fantasy VII again, I played games like Persona 3, Persona 4, Elder Scrolls 4, Oblivion, Fallout New Vegas, Fallout 3, and other kinds of RPGs that I'm kind of used to. So it was really weird that people were calling this game, here's the thing. Many people call Final Fantasy VII the best RPG of all time and nothing can top it. And I honestly don't see it. Because story-wise, I find Persona 3 to be better in more ways than one. Combat-wise, I find Persona 3 to be better in more ways than one. And character-wise, I find Persona 3 to be better in more ways than one. I know someone's about to say, you're comparing a later game with an older game. People are calling this the best RPG of all time and nothing can ever top it. Which means you're saying that it's better than later RPGs that have come out in recent memory. And I don't see that. I don't see that. Everyone knows my favorite RPG is, one of my favorite RPGs is Persona 3. And it had everything I loved about it. Interesting combat, great story, great characters, cool art style, and other stuff like that. Final Fantasy VII, while it does have a good combat system, but the story is just so weird in many cases. Not to mention, it's just boring. The reason why I say it's boring is because, this is a trend that happened with Final Fantasy VIII, where, you'll be using, really, really, really overblown supers and summonings to do your work. And really, yes, it's visually appealing at times, but then again, it's just boring to watch. Because once you do it, you're just like this, waiting for it until you can finally enact the next move with your next character. And that was what I was doing when I was playing Final Fantasy VII. Now, the same thing could be said about Final Fantasy VIII. I can agree with that statement. But this is why I like Persona 3, because it keeps you in the action no matter what. I'm sorry to say, but I don't like Final Fantasy VII. Can you really blame me for that? Fuck you people. So anyways, guys, there goes the games that I hate that everybody seems to like. Now, please, give me a break. If you like these games, don't worry about it. I just don't like them. I don't hate you for liking them or anything like that. As a matter of fact, my roommate is a diehard Final Fantasy VII fan, and I don't like Final Fantasy VII, so that's what I'm trying to say. If you like these games, that's cool for you. I'm not going to hate you. So anyways, guys, let's ask you something. What are games that you hate that everybody seems to like? Go ahead and leave a comment below. Go ahead and leave a comment below about games that you hate that everybody seems to like. I've seen plenty of these kind of subjects. You had Josh Scorcher who says he hated Secret of Mana. I've never played Secret of Mana. And there are other games that he talked about that he hated that everybody seemed to like. So go ahead and leave your comment below about games that you hate that everybody seems to like. Now that we're done with that bombshell, basically, time for some updates. I will be uploading some more 13 this week. I know I was supposed to upload last week, but I got into a bit of a problem with my uploader, with my my video editing and stuff like that. So I had to basically figure out what was wrong. Lucky for me, I did. So now I can get back into video editing and other stuff like that. So what I'm gonna do is that Friday I'm gonna upload 13, Saturday will be Tekken, Sunday will be Fallout. So I'm sorry that I didn't upload last week, guys. It's just I ran into a few problems with my uploading and other crap like that. You know how my computer is. I gotta get a new one. So not much else for me to say, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video and didn't get too upset with me. Though then again, I'm probably gonna see a lot of decline in subscribers from this video. So anyways, guys, till next time, I'm Keen47, aka Wolfkeen. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you all next time for the next edition of Wolfkeen Talks. So until next time, take care.